Restoration and reconstruction is the catchword of the people of the North Solomons. The government led the way by opening up safe zones around the province and set up care centers for people to seek help and redress for their sufferings. At the peak, as many as 60,000 people, a third of the population, lived in care centers. Many different groups, non-government organizations, the churches, even foreign governments had joined in the humanitarian drive to offer relief to the women and children and the elderly. It is estimated that over 12,000 people were killed in the crisis, but many more perished from sickness and the lack of food and medicine. Although the leaders were in conflict with the government, the people worked hard at piecing their lives together again. Interim authorities were established, and law and order, health, and other social functions were also set in. By 1994, 85 community schools and 6 high schools had been reopened. Buka town experienced the biggest growth. New businesses started, reopening of the banks, and people were encouraged to produce cocoa and copra with the opening of market facilities in Buka and Kieta. The annual Buka show was the most outward evidence of the people's desire to start a new Bougainville with what they have. In the meantime, talks continue to find a lasting settlement for political status for the province. The governor of North Solomons, John Momis, is back on Bougainville after the most recent peace talks held in Rabaul. Finding a path to peace has been his only agenda over the last 12 years.
This concept of independence is a transitional, thing. Independence is only good for us as a stepping stone for interdependence. That is why you need reconciliation. We are interdependent. We must work together. But you can't be interdependent unless you are independent. Dependent people can't be interdependent. And that is why the fight in Bougainville is not for independence. It's really fight against alienation, against disempowerment. It's fighting for autonomy.
Among the people themselves, reconciliation is the most important phase of the peace process. It will be a continuing process to get the people to get together in the Melanesian way and renew friendship and common goals.
Bougainvilleans really need to be reconciled with one another, with Papua New Guineans, in order to liberate themselves from attitudes of greed, attitudes of hatred, attitudes of arrogance, and so on and so forth. We need to liberate ourselves.
It was a tremendous hurt in their hearts over lost loved ones, the traumatic experiences that families underwent and were left to face, the killing of innocent men, women, and children, and the fact that people are no longer listening to their cries for help and for peace that got this group of women to come together and create an awareness march at last year's Buka show.
Women of Bougainville, their point had been well taken. They proved to the whole country that as equals, women have an important role to play in development, in good and bad times. As a nation, we could not resolve Bougainville by human might, but by the power of Almighty God.
Das all Jeremiah, walk belong him. Long talk him all lead all time. You pla find him out. One em like belong God. Now you pla behind him this pla like belong God. Strong pla talk belong Jeremiah I go along all leader belong time belong him. That this blood talk, he can go along you me too.